I don't know if you know this, but there are not a lot of us left. By us, I mean Native Americans.
All right, Facebook and internet and YouTube. What is up this week? This is our weekly Brown show.
The other day, I
My
was
name
looking
is Rob Coleman, and I am actually
for something.
at a comedy club. Hold on, let me bring my co-host in.
He goes, "Excuse me, Native American."
What's going
Yeah.
on?
What's going on with you, man?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much.
I gotta talk kind of low because I'm at a comedy club right now, so I'm
Yeah.
literally doing this in between acts.
That's almost comedy in itself.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm
All
doing pretty
right.
good.
Is Chris going to be joining us tonight?
He said he was, so I think he's gonna be coming in. But
Hey, a little heads up to anybody that's watching currently. I messed up. I sent the link out early so that everybody can get in, but I
right.
sent the link in Cantonese.
And my Rosetta a little sloppy. I ain't used my Rosetta in quite a minute.
I don't know how I did that. I'm
Hey,
like, what? I said it in Cantonese.
I told Sleep. I said he must be a spy. He done got his codes mixed up. He done
Right,
sent us
right. This is only our fourth week now?
fourth week. Yeah.
Yeah, this is only our fourth week, man. So we're gonna be getting it together, man. We're gonna hammer out all the bugs and everything and put on a fire show in these coming weeks. So Browns versus Vikings, man. What do you think?
I think it's gonna be a repeat of last week, man. They too limited. We got too much talent. You know what I'm saying?
Too much talent.
Too much talent. Like for real, last week. I mean, we played good, but Chicago didn't have the talent. They was never gonna see us at any level. A 20-point win. They had linebackers. That was it. And we figured out how to neutralize them real soon, real quick.
I'm gonna say this. I hope it's not a repeat of last week. Because once again, the Browns had me worried the first part of the game.
Yeah,
I was like, what the hell are they doing?
you know.
They are playing. Hold on a second. Come here now. Come here a second. This is one of the hottest up and coming comedians in Cleveland right now. Give it a come on now. Come in the picture for a second.
What up now?
What's up?
What's going
Yeah,
How you
on?
doing? I got my
Pretty
hand
good.
on Robert's lap right now. It's really kind of,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He told me to get up off my knees. I'm like, okay. Really
You see what? You
actually
see what?
smelled- Look, I just want
Right.
to see myself.
All right, catch her on her OnlyFans page.
That's talent.
That's talent, right? It's a business card right here.
Up
I'm
and
gonna do
comer.
that.
That's an up and comer. There we go.
It come with a piece of candy.
Where they get that butterscotch? Not butterscotch.
And I will be tearing that piece of butterscotch up later too.
Oh man.
All right, so I don't know how long of a show we could do this tonight because I'm back and forth to the stage. I'm the host tonight,
Okay.
but like I was saying, I really hope it's not a repeat of last week because I feel like they were playing to the level of their competition once again. When
Yeah.
they came out in the second half, they did what they were supposed to do,
They ramped it up.
and
Yeah.
and man, how good was it to see our man on the end, the defensive lineman that disappeared in week
Right.
two,
Right.
come
Gave
to
us
life.
gave us 9 sacks this week. Set a record. I said week 3 is always good to us.
Yeah,
It's been good to us lately. And week 3 it was a defense side. I mean, and the team they play like Baker. You know what I'm saying? Like Baker, he need to get knocked upside the head or something to happen, and then he come out and he play like an animal. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Where
exactly.
he just need to come out and do that in the first quarter. But the team play like him now too. It's like they come out and it's kind of like, okay, we just here to run the motions, and then
Yeah,
once something happened, they get emotional, and now it's time to set the fire. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna say this. This is the first time I saw Baker show some leadership, and I felt like it wasn't fake.
really,
Um,
okay,
yeah, I feel like a couple of other times he was showing leadership because it was like, oh, well, I'm Baker Mayfield, and I gotta show leadership. But he was doing stuff that wasn't necessary, but
mm,
wasn't over the top.
oh
Helping
yeah,
people off the field and doing certain stuff, and
right, right, right.
giving people props outside of the camera view. And I felt like that's what a leader needs to do. So I felt like I saw some
Absolutely.
real growth from Baker this week. I don't know. How do you feel?
I feel on that note, I think Baker's always been a leader, but because he's such a culture shock, because he's kind of so outspoken, and because he's short, it get overlooked.
Right. You didn't feel like some of that was fake? Baker would throw a 70-yard touchdown and run all the way to the end zone to
Because
celebrate with the receiver.
he was doing. And this is the same man who spiked the flag in Ohio State when they won. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Yeah.
ran, he was running from the like. This is who he is. That's what he does. So
I just felt like that was like just some over the top bullshit. Like, calm down. You
I
don't
mean,
see quarterbacks running into the end zone to celebrate with the receivers. Like,
but that's the thing. He's not the mold. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But you have seen Tom Brady do that. You have seen Tom Brady go in there and do like over aggressively high fiving Gronk and doing jump up chest bumps and yeah, Psycho Time come out. So we've seen it, but you just haven't seen it like Baker. Like
Yeah.
Baker is because Baker's not a choir boy, and most quarterbacks are choir boys. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And the
Yeah.
ones who are not choir boys, we usually, those are the Mike Vicks of the world, and you know what I'm saying? The Johnny Manziels of the world, and there's usually some other stuff going on. Right.
Where is he now? Is he swooping up? Is he selling cars in Willowick or?
Johnny Manziel will never sell cars. He might be selling $100 lines in Texas, but he ain't gonna never sell cars.
He basically got rich though, right? Like he's still rich pretty much from his
he's been rich.
Contract and stuff.
Yeah, I mean he got a little bit of his own money, but he grew up with money. His dad is an oil tycoon, so
okay.
So that was part of his problem. Like none of this was new to him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he was pretty a little privileged, yeah.
Yeah. Like Johnny Manziel was gonna be well off whether he made it or not, which is why a lot of people counted him out. And he was spoiled. Yeah, buddy. So they called you?
Yeah, that's I'm kind of in the bar area outside of the audience. Yeah, but it's still a couple of people out here.
But yeah, on to the like Chicago. I think the Vikings is the same division. They're about as talented as Chicago, and all they really got, because I don't even think Dalvin Cook is going to be playing.
That's what I saw. I was looking at some of their.
They got some receivers.
Yeah.
But we got a secondary. So.
How did you like how the secondary was playing?
Last week, I liked it a lot. I mean, it was a low competition kind of thing, but I liked it a lot just because, to me, the whole defense looked more in sync.
I wish we would have had that defense day one against KC.
Yeah.
We would have won. I feel like the defense hit another level.
Yeah.
In that game.
Absolutely.
I don't know what it was, the confidence or the timing, the schemes they were calling. Something happened and things popped for that defense last week.
I think after week 2, I think week 1 they kind of shrugged it off like, okay, that's Kansas City. But week 2, when Tyrod was tearing them up in the first quarter, that struck a nerve, because this is not a team and that's not a quarterback that's supposed to tear us up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think they took that out on Chicago because once again, that was kind of like a Houston team, a little bit younger. You got a younger quarterback, but still a mobile quarterback. A line is not that great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and I'm sure they saw that one sack on the stat sheets for the defense last week. The week before last, and was like, okay.
You got Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett on the line.
Yeah.
And against a weak offensive line, you getting one sack?
Yeah. They were sacking the crap out of that quarterback. They sacked him when he came out the tunnel.
Hey, man. They was tossing him up. You want some?
Right. He was getting Gatorade and getting sacked.
Like, man.
Hey, man, get Gatorade.
You on the field.
He got home that night, was about to go to bed, and got another sack.
Got another one. Put him to bed. Tuck him in.
Right.
Yeah. Even though I like Justin Fields, they did a number on him.
Yeah,
They did
so that's a good team, up and coming team, man. But the Browns is at a level now, man, where enough with the rebuilding shit.
right, right.
Because how many years have we heard that? Well, we rebuilding and they
Woo,
might be good this year. They
woo.
might, do
I
you think
ain't.
we're done with the rebuilding talk at this point?
We gotta be. I mean, when we started the rebuild, I didn't have a beard nor gray hairs. I had a head full of hair. You know what I'm saying? The rebuild, I done became an old man watching the rebuild. You think I'd have been through 4 terms of presidency?
I know.
I'd have been so
We've been waiting
stressed
for
out
this
on
rebuild.
Sundays.
We've been waiting for this rebuild longer than a Kanye West album to come out.
Like, really? Like, they come back like, no, that wasn't the final version. I know 1 and 15 wasn't the final version.
Hey, this Browns rebuilding, they got a building fund like your local church. Hey,
say they ain't fixed the doorknob.
keep putting stuff in the building fund.
Hey, they pass around old wicker baskets, the wicker falling off. Like,
I put $1,000 in the building fund over the last year. Y'all can't get a new wicker basket.
You put a quarter in it, it falls straight to the floor. Like, no, we only can take dollars.
That's what's up, man. So yeah, the Vikings are 1-2 right now. I didn't look and see what the scores were in their games. Like, have they been competitive? Like, do you know? Have you been watching them?
The Vikings are not competitive. However, they can hurt you. Thielen, Jefferson. If you give I just lost their quarterback's name. He used to be with not Case Keenum was the backup. Kirk Cousins. Cousins. If you give Kirk Cousins time with some receivers, they can hurt you. They can be, but the defense once again is not the best, and offense they limited because unless Dalvin Cook is playing, they really have no run game, and he's always hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, and I believe he's hurt this week. I believe he's hurt right now. He got hurt like week 1, or he's hampered. So, I'm looking at another repeat. This is my thing though for the Browns. I think for the offense, there needs to be a personal goal set to score 30 points every game.
Wow, really? Okay.
That will stop you from playing in your competition. It don't matter what they're doing. Hit 30 points.
Right.
Make your, and that's the thing. When you become a good team and you know you can beat teams, you have to start setting your own goals. You know what I mean? So
that's true. That's 100.
Our goal for the offense need to be 30 points. We need to hit 30 points.
Right.
Every game. It don't matter who we playing against. I don't care if they the worst defense in the league or the best defense. We trying to hit 30 points.
Right.
And I think that'll kick some of that fire and get the oil going and that engine a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're coming out and we just kind of playing and taking what they're gonna give us. No, let's start putting pressure on them because we got the talent. And Odell, it is his first game back. Baker didn't overcompensate for him and didn't overthrow. And Odell looked good.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that 30-point rule you're talking about, I think Hunt wants to do that by himself.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That kid runs hard.
He runs hard and violent. He runs like Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yo. He like the streets of Cleveland, potholes and all. He tear your car up. Boy, don't you come down here thinking you about to do.
Right. He do be jumping over people like potholes.
He run. I was watching the game with the fellas last week, and one of them said he would start Hunt. I said I would still start Chubb because I think Chubb wear the defense down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that's what give Chubb that change up. And because he still got strength and speed and everything else, it gives him that burst. You know what I mean? But yeah, he was saying he would start Chubb and start Hunt and have Chubb come in. That's kind of the breather.
Dude, think about it. You a strong safety, right? And you got to play the Browns. What must be going through your head as far as you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna need some extra pads.
On the end rounds, on the traps and everything. You the one that got to tackle these two big running backs like play after play after play.
I'm gonna need some extra pads and some juice. Give me some juice. And the thing is, you see how they be running them over.
Yeah,
Chubb and Hunt. You see how they run them over, man.
Hunt don't run out of bounds. Hunt,
nope.
When he gets the ball, dude, even on the sideline, he's trying to deliver a blow
Mm-hmm.
before he
Yeah,
goes out of
yeah,
bounds.
yeah.
Dude,
Every
not a lot of
time.
running backs do that. Like running backs,
Yeah.
like might be trying to like think about, if I'm gonna
Longevity
play,
and
if I'm gonna play for 8 years, I'm gonna play for
right.
9 years. I can't be. Nah, he don't even think like that. He like I'm gonna
And,
deliver a blow, even if I'm going out of bounds.
yeah, and that's the. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
That's old school mentality. I just love that.
Oh
I
yeah,
love that.
because he played him and Chubb. They played old school running back style,
Yeah.
and that is we are going to beat you down. So by the fourth quarter, notice the third to the fourth quarter in every game, Chubb and Hunt both break for 15 or more yard runs. They usually lead to touchdowns.
Yeah. Right.
And they
Right.
always do it in the third and in the fourth quarter because they beat you up so much. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? They
Right.
beat them up so much going through the first quarter, the second quarter, halfway through the third. It just depends on how strong your team is because they will wear you out. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly. And then you got to worry about end rounds with Odell Beckham. Like, did
Come
you
on.
did you
Come
like
on.
them end rounds they was running with him?
I like him because he got the speed. He, like I said, he's a playmaker. So
Yeah.
you want to give him those. You want to give the other teams those looks. You know what I'm saying?
What did you think
And
about
then
his performance? Did you like him coming back last week?
I did. I did. I think Odell was solid. I think he was solid last week.
Yeah.
I mean, he made the plays that you want Odell to make. They didn't go to him too much. And he was not all about me, 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 me. He was
Yeah.
just happy to get back on the fild. And he even said after the game, he ain't played in so long, he really couldn't. His legs was tired. He looked good, and his legs was tired. You know, because he's that talented of a player. I
Yeah,
just
and
can't wait. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this: when a receiver disappear for a long time, sometimes when they come back, it looks like they've lost a step. I didn't feel
Mm-hmm.
like he lost a step, man. I feel like he could still break that in around for a touchdown. I feel like he could
Oh, yeah.
still burn the average cornerback in the league. I mean, I feel like he hasn't lost a step at all.
Hey, look, when you look at if you go back and look at the passes that they threw to Odell, he burned his competition, and they was doubling him damn near every time.
Smoked him like sausage. Yeah, I love it.
And any time they was single on and that ball got thrown, he catches it. I don't care if it's out of bounds or not. He catches.
Yeah,
Like him and
yeah.
Landry have glue. Their hands are glue. They catch everything. Gorilla
Right.
glue on their hands.
They catch
Like
the balls with 2 fingers.
for real. Like
Like, did you get bit by a radioactive spider in college or something? How are
I
you
can
catching these balls?
I cannot wait until like week 8, week 9, like later in the year
Hmm.
when we got a fully. I'm not gonna say fully healthy squad because nobody in football is healthy in week 8, but a fully participating squad, a full receiving core, or a full running back core, full line, full just you know what I'm saying, just as best as we can be. Now everybody kind of learning their mode, learning their groove.
Yeah,
The offenses you can see they find a rhythm and sync. Like
and
it's
they
not
using everybody. They
everybody
using
because
everybody. I love that tight end they got. What's his name? The
Hooper or
Hooper.
Bryant.
Oh my, I love him,
Oh
man.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. Like it's pick your poison.
Yeah, he's turning into Baker's Gronk.
Yeah, and that's what we brought him here for. Because remember he was
Yeah,
good down in Atlanta.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then we snatched him up. And then Brian is good. And Joku, you know what I'm saying? You already know what he do.
Right,
Like he shows up every game when they need him.
right, right.
Um, I mean, we are so talented of a team that it will take.
Yeah.
We only worried about the good teams.
So tell me, is there anything that worries you right now? Like, what worries you?
What worries me is what you said in week 2, which has still been showing, playing to the level of the competition.
Right,
So offensively and defensively, defense stepped up last week. They didn't play to the level of the competition.
right,
You know what I'm saying? They played like
right.
they were supposed to play and dominated their
Like with
competition.
their hair on fire. Right,
Right.
exactly.
Offense need to take up that same note. I think aiming for 30 points a game
Yeah,
is the best way to get them there. You got to
right,
start setting goals for yourself as
right,
a team. You know what I mean?
right.
So I don't care if it's involving kicking, passing, running, special team. Like we need 30 points a game. They should
Yeah,
feel upset and mad if they don't have 30 points at the end of the game. And I'm
yeah,
not talking about
exactly.
the 26 we got last week, even though that was a 20-point win. That's a good win. I'm not gonna take that from
Right,
them.
right.
But we need 30. They should be mad at last week.
We need to be scoring a
29.
touch and a field goal every quarter.
Yep. 10 points a quarter. That'll get you 40. But if you can just do 30 points a game, you have a potent offense. You have a historically potent offense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was what I would say moving forward they need to do. Offensively.
Yeah.
I think the defense got it. Miles called him out last week, and everybody stepped up. I think somebody on that defense need to call him out and say, "Hey, look, we need to produce." You know what I'm saying? We need to produce. It need to be our job it is our job to produce, but it need to be
somebody got their ass chewed out after that game where they didn't have any sacks. So this I definitely put the fear of God on them. So I'm gonna say this. I feel like I'm at a place where I'm much more comfortable than I was week one. Week one, we were expecting kind of a shootout, and everybody thought it was going to be high scoring, and it kind of went the way we kind of expected. But I need the Browns, and I think we talked about this after week one. I need the Browns to step up in that moment where it takes that extra in that moment to be a champion. You could be a good team like all day long, but do you have what it takes when that moment comes to make that extra play and do that extra thing? And I feel like the Browns are actually starting to learn that lightweight. I feel like this is the most comfortable I think I've felt with the Browns like since Baker has been here. I think Baker's showing good leadership. Our offense is a cheat code. Our defense is really good now, and I honestly don't see a ton of weaknesses besides just the mentality. You know what I mean? We got to have a championship mentality now. And right now, I think we just got to, it's like when we win, we're like, what? We won?
Right, a little bit. Even though we're crushing teams now. But a little bit. Like, they still kind of surprised.
Right.
Hey, did you see what just happened? Who got hot dogs? I love hot dogs. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I think we got good things coming. Stefanski, I got to say, he was coach of the year last year, and he was to me. He's doing a great job. Great job. But he has to start challenging that offense more.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's been trying to set up scheme and comfort, and I know he wants the players, getting everybody back. But now we are week 4. We have to win in Minnesota. And if we are 3-1 after week 4, I mean, you need to challenge the offense now, but definitely after this game, you need to challenge that offense to be the great offense that it can be. We have too much talent and too good of coaching to not be able to put up 30 points a game. Period. I mean, that's one touchdown a quarter and a field goal.
Yeah. I think it's reasonable to think that in a quarter we should be in a red zone easy, like and we should come away with something. I don't know what our red zone average is right now. I'm gonna research some of these numbers and kind of see where we are compared to the league. So when we do the show next week, we'll make the leg show numbers, like where are we at with the numbers. You know what I'm saying? We'll see, where we rank running, where we rank passing, and next week's show we can really focus on that and nail it down and see where we at. But I feel like I want to kind of get a grasp on that. But I don't think it necessarily makes a huge difference, but it does establish a rhythm and a pattern, and that's what we want. We want to see what our pattern is. So I'm excited, man. I gotta admit, man, I feel really good about the Browns. I've spent a lot of money on gear. I done bought T-shirts and hats. For the first time, I feel like I might, be wearing it well into, the winter this time, well into spring.
I'm gonna have it on to the summer, like yo.
Right, you start taking your brown shit off like after Thanksgiving, like most years, right?
Oh well, like shit. Next year, what about the draft? Start watching college, like we should draft.
Right, them December tickets we start getting going on sale on the internet, on eBay. Our
last 2 games was usually against Pittsburgh and Baltimore, and it would be games you just didn't even want to watch, but you just might because you're a fan. But it's like you already knew it was a shellacking coming to bring us into the new year, or to celebrate Christmas. We're gonna get this happy ass whooping. Like But now I really do want to see us play Pittsburgh because that'll let me know that the mental thing is over. Because there's no reason they should lose to Pittsburgh. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, exactly. Is that
Um,
a? I didn't see. Is that a home game or a away game?
well, the
Our last two was home, right?
first, the last two I believe is home. The first time we play Pittsburgh, I believe, is away.
Okay.
Because I got to check and see, but I think we played Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. Then we got play like some other team, and then we play Baltimore, get a bye week, and then play Baltimore.
How are they looking? Like, I didn't even look at the stats. I saw a couple of memes where Ben Roethlisberger kind of embarrassed himself a few times, falling and shit.
They look horrible. They
Yeah.
look horrible, which is exactly why we need to beat them handily. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just
Right.
like we did in the playoffs to show that we don't have that mental block anymore.
Right.
Oh, that's Pittsburgh. No, that's
'Cause
Pittsburgh.
I feel like we still haven't really have that Miles Garrett, Ben Roethlisberger game, right? Like when we got Miles, it was like, oh, him and Ben, this is going. I felt, there was like kind of almost trying to establish some kind of rivalry with that or something like that, and it never really happened. You know what I mean? But I feel like this year, Miles might actually be able to get on that ass a little bit.
Well, you know what? I got to tell you, I'm a little on the opposite fence on that one because I think that it might have been our second year against Pittsburgh with Miles Garrett. Because Miles Garrett was here a year before Baker.
Mhm.
That first year when we got Baker, remember we tied Pittsburgh
Oh yeah, that's right.
and we had, I want to say, 6 or 7 sacks.
Okay.
Miles Garrett was all over Ben Roethlisberger.
Right. You got.
And
You know what?
then-
You're right. You're right.
And then that next game, Roethlisberger was knocked out, so it was Mason.
Yeah.
But I think Miles Garrett is a terror to Pittsburgh quarterbacks right now. And then you're saying in the playoffs what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, yeah. So and then we smashed Mason Rudolph again. So I think Pittsburgh is
Without a
not
helmet
beat-
this time.
Yeah, without the helmet. You know Mason deserved that.
We could do a whole show about that,
He
right?
threw the first punch and it was like victim. That's where Karen got the idea.
Right. Crazy, man. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I mean, like I said, I'm like super comfortable with the Browns. I think the fans are too. I need to start watching some of the local shows, man, because I haven't been watching like Rizzo and some of the other shows I normally watch, because I kind of don't want to have my opinion kind of
Right.
corrupted, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm trying to come from my own point of view, but I do want to start watching some of those shows to see if everybody kind of feels the same way we do. Because, like I said, man, the orange and brown is what it is right now. Is where it's at. Yeah, you looking good in your orange tonight too, man.
Yeah. I gotta go meet some more Browns gear though. I got kids and stuff. Not to show my polo side. No, I got kids and my woman. So they, after I wear whatever I have for Browns, they become their night clothes and stuff. So I rarely can keep my t-shirts and different things like that. So yeah, I have to get more Browns gear.
Right. I got a lot of graphic tees too, right?
Right.
Every time my daughter comes to town and she stays over or whatever, she's always coming down with one of my graphic tees on. I'm like, hey, that's my Bruce Lee. What do you got my Bruce Lee on for?
I love that shirt. Like, then they come up with shirts I ain't seen in 2 years. I thought I done threw it away or something. Here they come walking down with it on. I'm like, where you find that shirt at?
Right. That's my Schoolhouse Rock shirt. Where you got my Schoolhouse
Right. Hey, see, that's since I was 7 years old. Is that Alf? I used to love my Alf shirt.
Right.
Used to wear it every Monday and Saturday. I ain't seen it since I was 10 years old.
Right.
Here come your kids.
Oh, the hood, man.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it looks like Chris ain't gonna join us, so I
No,
want
no, I think he out of
his
here tonight.
opinion, but he'll probably be back on next week, and we can have the three amigos back together again. And if
Absolutely.
anybody's out there watching, man, and you want to come on the show and express your opinion, man, your likes, your dislikes, just want to shoot the crap with us for a little while, hit me up and let me know. This ain't nothing to make no money. This is just something to let us get our thoughts and stuff out. So
That's right.
call me, call Dame, call Sleep. Let us know if you want to be on the show, man. We got you.
I second that. You get 10 seconds, though. If what you
All right,
said
man.
is
So
nonsense in 10 seconds, we're cutting you off.
right. Last thing,
No.
let's wrap up with some predictions, Dan. So, I think we're gonna see another Browns win. I think this one is going to be maybe a little bit more decisive if they come out like they came out in the second half of that last game. So I'm looking for the Browns to possibly pitch a shutout. I'm looking for, like you said, about 35. I would like to see it like 35-3 or maybe 35-10. But I'm looking for them to get about 30, 35 points this week. What you think?
I'm definitely thinking that this is going to be a statement game simply because it's Stefanski going against Minnesota. And, all the talk when we first got Stefanski was about how they had to bring in his coordinating coach. I can't think of his name right now because Stefanski couldn't play call. So I definitely think if there is a game where he's going to throw everything in the kitchen sink out of there,
He's at 11 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tonight. I think it's going to be rather this game. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at Minnesota.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, so that is what it is, man. Look, I've been Rob Coleman, man. You've been Dame. You want to say anything? One last thing to
Dame Dirty Dog. You can catch me on here. You can catch me on In the Post, and maybe I'll be in a neighborhood near you. I get around a little bit.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hit us up on social media, guys, if you want to talk about it, man. This has been the weekly. We got to kick up a name for the show. So next week we'll come up with a name for the show, man.
We got homework now.
This has been the 9 o'clock Brown Show, man. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll hit you back next week, man.
For sure.
Talk to you guys later.
Holla.